Good day everyone! Today, we were going to share some of our knowledge about cell and their organelles, cell division, and microorganism causing cells during cell division to malfunction. So, let's start. Okay, cell and their organelles. The cell is the basic unit of life in all organisms. Like humans and animals, plants are also composed of several cells. Plant cell. Plant cells are eukaryotic cells with a true nucleus along with specialized structures called organelles that carry out certain specific functions. Plant cells are eukaryotic cells that vary in several fundamental factors from other eukaryotic organisms. Both plants and animal cells contain nucleus along with similar organelles. One of the distinctive aspects of a plant cell is the presence of a cell wall outside the cell membrane. The plant cell is surrounded by a cell wall which is involved in providing shape to the plant cell. So let us proceed in the organelles of plant cells together with their functions. Number 1, cell wall. Cell wall is to protect and provide structural support to the cell. Cell membrane, regulating the entry and exit of specific substance within the cell. Vacuole, to sustain turgid pressure against the cell wall. Nucleus, to store DNA or hereditary information required for cell division, metabolism, and growth. Chloroplast is responsible for pigment synthesis and for storage in photosynthetic eukaryotic organism. Ribosome is responsible for protein synthesis of the cell. Cytoplasm is a jelly-like fluid that surrounds and protects the organelles. Nucleolus, a round structure in the nucleus that makes ribosomes. Golgi body, process and package material for the cell. Mitochondria, the powerhouse, break down food to produce energy into the form of ATP. Lysosome, it contains digestive enzymes that destroy damaged organelles and invaders. Rough endoplasmic reticulum builds and transports substance through the cell, has ribosomes on it. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum builds and transports substance through the cell and does not have ribosome. Animal cell. Animal cell are the basic unit of life in organism of the kingdom Animalia. They are eukaryotic cells, meaning that they have a true nucleus and specialized structures called organelles that carry out different functions. Animal cells do not have plant-specific organelles like cell walls, which support the plant cell, or chloroplast, the organelle that carry out photosynthesis. Animals are all multicellular, meaning multiple cells work together to form the whole organism. Each cell can be thought of as a large factory with many departments like manufacturing, packaging, shipping, and accounting. Different organelles represent each of these departments. Not every animal cell has all types of organelles, but in general, animal cells do contain most, if not all, of the following organelles. Additionally, some organelles will be highly abundant in certain cells and not others. So we are here now in cross-section of an animal cell together with their function. Cell membrane, a double layer that supports and protects the cell, allow materials in and out. Lysosome contains digestive enzymes that destroy damaged organelles and invaders. Cytoplasm, jelly-like fluid that surrounds and protects the organelles. Nucleus, the control center of the cell, contains DNA. Nuclear membrane surrounds the nucleus. Nucleolus, a round structure in the nucleus that makes ribosome. Vacuole stores food and water. Golgi body process and package materials for the cell, and mitochondria, the powerhouse, breaks down food to produce energy in the form of ATP. Rough endoplasmic reticulum builds and transports substance through the cell, has ribosome on it. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum builds and transports substance through the cell and does not have ribosome.
There are two types of cell division, mitosis and meiosis. Most of the time, when people refer to cell division, they mean mitosis, the process of making new body cell. Meiosis is the type of cell division that creates eggs and sperm cell. Cell division has three main functions, which are reproduction of unicellular organism and the production of gametes and growth in eukaryote. Mitosis is a process of nuclear division in karyotic cell that occurs when a parent cell divides to produce two identical daughter cells. During cell division, mitosis refers specifically to the separation of duplicate genetic material carried in the nucleus. Mitosis is conventionally divided into 5 stages known as prophase, prometaphase, metaphase, anaphase, and the last is telophase. Meiosis is a process where a single cell divides twice produces 4 cells containing half the original amount of genetic information. These cells are sex cells, sperm in males, and eggs in females. During meiosis, one cell divides twice to form 4 daughter cells. These 4 daughter cells only have half the number of chromosomes of the parent cell. They are haploid. Meiosis produces our sex cells or gametes. So there are 9 stages of meiosis. Number 1 is interphase. The DNA is the cell is copied, resulting in 2 identically full sets of chromosomes. Number 2 is prophase. The copy of chromosomes condense into X-shaped structure that can be easily seen under a microscope. Third is metaphase. The chromosomes pair line up next to each other along the center equator of the cell. Number 4 is anaphase. The pair of chromosomes are they pulled apart by the meiotic spindle, which pulls of chromosomes to one pole of the cell and the other chromosomes to the opposite pole. Number 5 is telophase and cytokinesis. The chromosomes complete their move to opposite poles of the cell. Number 6 is prophase. Now, there are 2 daughter cells, each with 23 chromosomes, 23 pairs of chromosomes. In each of the 2 daughter cells, the chromosomes condense again into visible X-shaped structures that can be easily seen under a microscope. 7 is metaphase. In each of the 2 daughter cells, the chromosomes pair of sister chromatids line up to end along the equator of the cell. The centrals are now the opposite poles in each of the daughter cells. 8 is anaphase. The sister of chromatids are then pulled to opposite poles due to the action of the meiotic spindle. And the last is telophase and cytokinesis. The chromosomes complete their move to the opposite poles of the cell. At each pole of the cell, a full set of chromosomes gather together.
Assalamualaikum. My report is all about the microorganisms causing cell during cell division to malfunction. All microorganisms is unhacked cell growth. Mutation in genes can cause cancer by accelerating cell division rates, inhibiting normal controls on the system, such as cell cycle arrest or program cell death. Cancer cells no longer respond to many of these signals that control cellular growth and death. As a mass of cancerous cell grows, it can develop into a tumor. Cancer cells originate within tissues, and as they grow and divide, they diverge ever further from normalcy. Over time, these cells become increasing resistance to the controls that maintain normal tissue, and as a result, they divide more rapidly than their progenitor and becomes less dependent on signals from other cells.
Here are some ways to protect our cell, maintain a healthy weight. Be as lean as possible without becoming underweight. Physical activity, be active for 30 minutes every day. Plant foods, eat more of a variety of vegetables, fruits, whole grains, pulses, and beans. Meat, limit consumption of red meats such as beef, pork, and lamb, and processed lunch meat. Salt, limit consumption of salty foods processed with salt or sodium. Supplements, don't use supplement to prevent cancer. Overdoing supplements may disturb the body's balance. Smoking, do not smoke or chew tobacco. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have learned a lot from this topic. Thank you.